one. Everybody, welcome back to the very 20th. Yes, it's 20th session of Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread. That's a little crazy, actually. Because I don't think we've got 20 sessions far into this module, but we have. Um, Welcome, you guys. Hope you've all had a good week, and ready to jump back into this. So, does anyone remember where we left off? This is pretty easy. Let's go with Jeff. Where did we leave off last time?
We're right in the middle of a fight. I've got a sword stuck in some kind of devil. I'm about to whip around, put a knife in him. So
You do
we've,
indeed.
been, we've turned off the 4 switches, wiped out a couple more of them uh, gelatinous cubes, and
Good there, Greg.
we've
We got
picked
you.
up a new party member
Yep.
with some magical capabilities himself.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, we're pretty much at the we're in the room that had the vortex in it, and battling this chain devil or chain demon of some kind.
That's right. Yep. You found your new friend, named Clay, who seems to be a cleric, and you healed him a little bit. You battled the ooze and the gelatinous cube, and you're in the thick of it with this chain devil. But yeah, I mean, and what happened is there were a few of these chains that were like manacles and chains to the walls that began attacking. They animated and were attacking you as well. One of them killed. There was a Hadrosaurus and some kind of deformed humanoid that they've killed. They attacked you guys, and I think was it the chain that killed your blink dog wizard. Now, when we say killed, he's down. Like, you actually don't know what his full condition is, but he's fully downed. So none of you guys have really checked on him yet, but you can, of course.
Kind of busy.
Kind of busy, exactly. What you also did notice is over here there was some sort of it was like a bird-like creature with a horn and a one eye, and sort of sitting on a perch, looking intently at the portal, ignoring you guys. Right, that was one thing that was going on, and yeah, and Kane, you're now no. Just to confirm, Kane, you're a bear. You're a black bear or brown bear?
No, I am a brown bear. The black bears were my. They're gone now, but they were my summoned creatures from.
Perfect. Yep.
And I'm joining you on my phone because my computer Wi-Fi on there just seems to be cutting it out.
Yep. So looks like you're good now. Okay. So yeah, and you guys are just in the thick of it. And the last thing that happened when you you were in the middle of the fight, you saw this sort of an image that was coming from the portal. It was a very strange creature that you hadn't seen before, with some sort of, gaping maw and these three fluke-like feet. Some sort of aquatic creature, you think. But it wasn't saying anything. It was mouthing something. You didn't really understand it. And at that time, you saw these sort of 3 other shapes, these spiny devils that you saw that were attacking the farmhouse previously. Looks like they're coming through a portal. But it was Clay. I think it was we ended the turn with that happening, and then I think it was your turn. It was.
I think it is too.
Yep, top of the round. So go ahead. Sorry, just before you say that though. So there are these sort of 3 spined devils. You've never seen them before, Clay. The other guys, you guys were fighting them at the up top. They're on the verge of coming through the portal. And yes, Clay, go ahead.
I just have a quick question for the DM. I have a ritual spell. It takes 1 minute to cast. Is there any way I can quicken it?
No, no, especially not in your weakened condition. But no, if it's a ritual cast for 1 minute, not right now. Not right now.
I was like, would the squire have him draw something out so I can?
You haven't bonded with these guys enough yet, so
Okay.
no.
I was just simple question
Yep. Simple
Okay.
answer.
because that's out now. I have other spells I can use. Okay.
Okay.
So I have half movement. So can I move to there? Oh, the other question is do you do diagonal movement or is everything
Diagonal's fine.
Diagonal's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna move to there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
So you
else
weren't
has-
in. So just to confirm though, you were. Where are you going again?
I'm going to near the blink dog because I'm going to use spare the dying, which is a cantrip.
Okay. Here is something that you. What's your? Did you get hit by this devil yet?
No, I have not.
You've been watching though. Hold on, just a second. I'm just gonna double check your character. And I don't think I'm gonna need you to roll for it. No, I am gonna get you to roll for it. I need you to give me an investigation check.
There you go.
Okay, so you go ahead. So you're gonna go up there. What you realize though is as you move past this devil, he lets go of his chain as you think you're far enough away, but he's got this massive reach and gives you an opportunity attack, or he does an opportunity attack on you. So that's a little shocking, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't realize that they had such good reach.
Yeah.
So just give me a second, and that's going to pop up. And see, he uses the chain and attacks you with a 24. I'm assuming hits.
Yep. Hits.
Oh. Has this guy rolled anything under 20 this whole time we fought him? Good. Lord.
Well, hey, he's a devil. He's tough as hell. It's 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
Right now, let me just double check.
Is Clay within 5 feet of me for that opportunity attack, or was that when he was moving?
He was not. He was not. Hang on, you moved where? From where to where?
I moved from here into here.
Yeah. So no. So Axel, no, he was not within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
He was 10 feet away, and he got hit by them. Now, right now, is anybody nobody's being grappled, right? You broke the grapple, didn't you, Kane?
I'm grappling him. I got a sword stuck in him.
Yep.
In his back.
So what I'm gonna do?
I don't think I'm grappled. The only condition
you're-
that I have on me is I casted Shield of Faith, and I should have +2 AC, so I should be at 21.
Yep. Clay, you're grappled. I mean, it's you're grappled automatically.
I'm grappled.
You're grappled, Clay. Clay is grappled. You're not grappled. Grapple, escape, easy 14th. I'm gonna let you. It's a DC 14 escape using acrobatics or athletics. Go ahead.
24.
There you go. So it hits you, wraps around your arm, and you just sort of you like and you manage to sort of just make yourself go loose, and it sort of falls off. So you're able to get out of the grapple quickly. You took the damage, but you needed to you used a action to do so. So you can still move over to where you wanted to move if you want. You're no longer grappled.
That's my movement right there.
There you go. Okay. Good.
Do I still get my action?
A reaction if you want. That was an action that you needed to get out of the grapple.
Oh, so the action is breaking
The
the grapple.
breaking the grapple. Yep.
Okay. Then
Unless you don't want to break the grapple.
No, I'll break the grapple.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Sure.
And just a reminder, how injured is everyone?
I'm good.
I'm not bad right now.
I think it's you that's most injured. Legolas is not really.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down like 1 hit point. No big deal. And I have 8 temporaries.
So it's just me.
Yep.
Okay.
'Cause I'm down 2 hit points, and I got 8 temporary also. So
I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Or actually, no,
It's an action, isn't it?
Yeah. I really don't want to spend it. Which it's mass healing word, which is a bonus action, and it doesn't heal me at all.
Hmm.
So I'm just looking at something.
Does it not heal you?
Nope. Mass healing word. As you call out words of restoration, up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range regain equal hit points equal to 1d4 plus your modifier.
Wow.
Ooh, never mind. I know what I'm bringing out. I do have it, and it is a bonus action. Come on. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it is a bonus action. I'm casting a spiritual weapon.
Hmm. Yeah, you cast that. Yeah, I remember you cast that before when you fought the oozes. Yep. Okay.
Yep, so I'm bringing that out.
Okay. Where do you want to put it?
On the other side of the big bad ugly.
Okay, like directly opposite.
Yep.
Okay, and do you know how to do you know how to add objects in Roll20?
No, I do not.
Okay, I'll create it for you. You create basically a freehand.
So you just
draw a freehand. What does it look like? A sword?
Yeah.
There you go. There's a little sword for you. Okay.
And I can move it, or
Okay.
okay, and it will attack and do 1d8 plus my spell modifier. Which let me see if I have it all set up.
Would you say spiritual weapon is it's not a spell, is it? It's not a. It's magical, but it's not a spell. It's per se, is it?
No.
No. Yep. Yep.
There's a 19 hit.
19 hits. Yep. That's right.
13 force damage.
13 force damage. Wow. Force is pretty awesome. All right. Can I remind, I think it was one of you guys, when you came in here, you looked at this guy, or he reminded you of a loved one. Wasn't that you, Legolas? Actually, Legolas, you are still frightened, aren't you?
No, he's not.
Oh, no, you weren't frightened. You.
Oh, and sorry, I need to roll something really quick.
Okay.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
What are you rolling there?
My temporary hit points.
Yep. There you go.
So 1 plus 5 is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm good.
There we go. Okay, so let me roll something for our little friend here. Uh-oh. Okay, it's 2. Okay, anything else you want to do, Clay?
Nope, I'm done.
Okay, and then your friend Wizard, you just sort of hear what you hear, all of you guys, is from the Blink Dog. if you've all been around death before, this sounds like the death knell or the death last breath of this blink dog. It's still going on as the turn continues. He hasn't exhaled yet, or he doesn't usually. So, Kane, it is your turn though.
I'm gonna try to claw and bite the chain devil.
Claw and bite the chain devil. Okay.
I'm assuming 12 misses. So
That will
20
miss.
for
Yes.
5 damage. Every 20 hits.
5 damage. Of what What kind of damage?
Piercing, non-magical.
Yep. Okay.
And that's it.
Erevan.
Okay, I'm at this guy's back. My sword is still stuck in him. I'm gonna. There's a question for you, John.
Yep.
Can I cut this guy's throat?
Can you cut his throat?
Yes. I've
Sure,
got
you
him
can cut his
close
throat.
quarters.
Yep.
I've got him close quarters. I've got a free hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm using a magical +1 dagger.
So here's the thing, and this is also for Logan. I don't do coup de grace, and I mean, unless it's such a clear, like if you're down, you're unconscious, you walk over to the guy and slit his throat. I let that, but you're in the middle of battle, and I mean, if you get a crit, sure, you can do advantage, you get crits, throw in extra bonus, but I don't have coup de grace or go for the jugular. So that's not a part of my
So no
system. I
call
use.
shot.
No called shots.
All
No
right.
called shots, but I do disarm. If you really want to disarm somebody, or you want to attack a particular, leg or arm or eye or something like that, depending on what you want, I might allow.
Do you do
Well,
non?
that's a call shot.
Wait. I'm just saying. I'm not going to say you're going to go and go for the jugular. It's anyway. I can do some sort of called shots. Is what I'm saying. Okay, but it's not. It's rare, and I don't normally use it.
Okay.
Logan, go ahead. Sorry.
And if let's say we were in a battle and we want to do non-lethal, do you allow that?
We can, of course. Yeah, we do non-lethal.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
but
then,
you can go ahead.
I use my dagger. I'm trying to hit a vital spot with it. Whether I hit or miss, I'm going to twist and on the sword that's still in him and yank it out as violently as I can. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I will do all my movement after the fact.
Okay. Okay. So he doesn't seem to have any kind of. I mean, there's nothing on him right now. He's not like Hunter's Mark, no fairy fire. He's just sort of being surrounded by you guys. But no, go. You just roll me a normal attack. I mean, unless you've got advantage, you don't have any particular advantage.
I don't have advantage, but I do have sneak attack because I got two guys within 5 feet of him.
Yep, go ahead. That's good. 15. 15 misses. So as you go up, try to stab him. He just sort of goes like this, and you get part of his chain necklace, and it doesn't go in. And he just he turns, he looks back, and he goes, "Ah, I'm not going to do the thing." He goes, "Ha, again, nothing.
Well,
you have nothing on me."
But I got something in you, and I yanked that sword out sideways.
So so you did that with your dagger, and then which sword?
Did that with the dagger because I went on my previous attack when I hit him. I specifically said it's piercing damage.
Yeah.
I leave the sword in to stay close quarters. I'm at his back
Right.
when I did the attack, and that's why I was trying to do the second attack to take out his neck or whatever. But be that as it may, the point being is I'm taking this sword back out
Yeah. Okay.
and then using my I'm using my cunning action to disengage
Right.
and get distance from him.
Okay. So it's already in there. I know it's already in there, but I need you to give me. I mean, looking at the mechanics, you need to do a regular attack. I'll decide if I'm going to do something different for damage because it's theoretically still in
you want
there.
me to do the sword
The sword,
as
yeah,
an attack?
as an attack, and you can use sneak it. No, you already did the sneak attack, so
I already did sneak attack.
Yep.
I'll take that off.
yep,
I'm rolling a non-magical sword, even though I'm using a magical sword, so you
That's
need
fine.
to add 1 to it.
yep, that's fine.
No, you don't.
Whoa! So, so this is why crits are perfect. So wow, okay. So this is +1 and +1 so +1 damage too, right? So
Yes.
doesn't seem to be a very well. What did you roll? 4 and then a 2, right? Okay. So yeah, you basically pull it out, but you twist and yank as you do so, and you see this sort of smoke and brimstone fly out from his pierced body, and he does so. Instead of it'd be 12, right?
Yeah.
12 damage.
Yeah. 12 plus the 5.
Yep.
Well,
12
actually,
plus 5.
Well, because it.
Come here.
Oh,
No,
12. Okay.
it'd be
No.
7 plus 5.
Yeah, so 12. Yeah. So you basically add the extra 1 to the first 1d6, and then there's the other 1d6 that you roll.
Yeah.
Okay, you rolled a 4, the 2 modifier, and then plus 4. Sorry, 3 modifier, the 7, and then the 5, which is the double roll. Okay, good. Yeah, so you got it, and he just he grunts a little bit.
All right. Now, I use my, as I say, cunning action to move distance-wise
Sure.
here.
Yep, go ahead. Yep, you get away, no problem.
And this chain over here is destroyed, right?
Axel destroyed that chain. Yeah,
I'm trying to stay out of its range.
I think
But
you.
I
Yeah,
know there's another one over.
did you destroy the chain, Axel?
Yes, he wrecked one of them.
The only chains I remember breaking were the one that were binding Clay.
Yeah,
Right.
and that
No.
was-
Yeah.
That was the ones lower
He
right
was-
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that one that was binding
Yep.
me.
Legolas, when you went up here, didn't you get attacked by a chain too?
There was a chain up here that attacked.
It was
someone.
attacking. It attacked and killed the Hadrosaurus, and went and attacked you. Tried to attack you, but you dodged out of the way.
Yeah, it missed.
Yep. Okay. So, this is what happened. So, this Chain Devil guy, he's got Axel and a bear. He's only got Axel and a bear literally in front of him. He does 2 things. He turns around and tries to take an attack on Axel with his chain. 28 crit.
Like I said, has this guy rolled anything under 20?
So by the way, you guys can see. You can see if you look closely at. Well, don't look closely, okay, at the video. But yeah, it's a crit. So he's rolling like
I don't have
amazing.
any inspiration.
I remember
Nobody's got it.
you guys used inspiration last time, didn't you?
I haven't used it, but I never got any. So
That's right. Not yet. Okay, so wow. All right, Axel, 14 damage,
I can take that.
and you are grappled. You're grappled. Wait till your turn to see what that means you can do. Okay. The next round, so he's with the chain, his other chain, to the bear, 20. What the
I'm gonna
hell?
throw my shield in the way so that cause a disadvantage on that.
You really, guys, look at the roll. Can you guys see it?
No.
27
No.
and 27.
If you want some water, you can drink some water. But you already brushed your teeth. No more fruit punch.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. So with that disadvantage, it doesn't do anything. So 27 to hit there, Mister Kane. That hits, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, and it will
Yeah.
do 15 slashing damage.
Wait, that's 27 even with disadvantage?
It's 27. I rolled twice, 27 and 27.
Holy cow.
They're two 19s.
Like I said, this guy's got ridiculous numbers.
It's not just that, it's also he's rolling really good. Or I'm rolling really good.
So remember, you have temporary hit points that you got to use up first.
I do.
So
Yes.
anyway, so Kane, you got so it's 15 points of damage. You are not grappled, however.
No.
No, you're not. So just to let you know, you're not grappled, and you're like wondering why. You see this chain devil focusing on its grapple with Axel. You're like, okay, if you could take a guess, maybe you can't grapple more than one person. Hold on one second. Can you just a second, guys? Hang on.
Remember, at the end of your turn is when you roll for your new.
Oh, that's right. You gotta roll for that.
Yeah.
7. Okay.
7 plus.
Well, I rolled a 2 plus
rolled
5
2,
is 7.
Yeah. Yep. And it doesn't add to it; it replaces.
Oh no, it replaces it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. What was I saying? So yeah, you're grappled or not grappled, but you're hurt. How many hit points you got left? You still got like 19.
I got 19 hit points left.
You got 19 hit points, Axel. So
Yeah.
does Kane the Bear. Very good. Okay. So yeah, 2 hits. You're grappled. So we did the damage.
I'm grappled.
We did the damage to you, Axel, and you're grappled. Did the damage to you, Kane, as the bear, and you're not grappled. Jeff, you rolled a 2 for what reason? I don't know, but
That was for the temporary hit points.
got it. Okay.
So
And then
I just replaced that 5 to 7 now.
no problem. And now, okay. So Legolas,
Yes, sir.
does 14 hit you?
A 14 does hit, in fact.
14 hits you. Okay. You take 13 slashing damage as this chain from behind comes around and grabs at your legs, cuts at your thighs, and you are grappled as well.
So let's see, that takes me down to 8, 15, 24 hit points.
There you go.
And when the temporary hit points are wiped out, do I still roll for them?
At the end of your turn, you roll for your temporary hit points
Oh, sweet. So it's like an endless buff. Well,
Yeah.
until it expires anyway.
for a minute.
There you go. And it's not. It doesn't mean you don't. There's no proximity to you. It just.
It's 30 feet. That's that green circle that you see on the map.
Ah, right. You
That
got to
is-
be within
that's
30
my
feet.
aura.
There you go. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Legolas, you're up now.
Okay, well, I am going to, as a bonus action, dump my last remaining healing light into the Blink Dog. So that is a D6 unmodified, I think. Yes.
D6?
So he gets 6 hit
nice.
points back.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thanks for saving Wizard.
I was gonna do
He's a good
Prepare
boy.
the dead next round for me. So
And then last remaining spell slot is going to be I'm gonna cast Shatter on the portal.
Shatter on the portal.
It is a 10-foot radius,
Okay.
casting at 3rd level.
Okay.
So it is a DC 15 con save by the devils coming through, assuming they can be affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at 15 damage.
So are you? You're trying to attack the portal, not the creatures within it, right?
Casting it right.
So there
in the
again,
middle
there's
of the
like it's
portal.
like an iron or like there's a physical portal that's been There's no shield around it, but there's a physical portal, and then within the portal there you see these sort of creatures ready to fly out.
Yeah, so right in the middle of the portal, which 10 foot basically gets you. Hang on. Roll 20 is being very slow.
It's okay. Yeah,
Time
that
for-
you'll be able to cover. You'll be able to cover the whole portal. It looks like. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, just one second.
And the,
That's right.
the portal, if it's physical, takes damage as well. And if those devils are inorganic, like stone or crystal or metal, they save at disadvantage.
Okay, so you hit the portal, and you don't see you don't see sort of the shock waves go into the portal, the swirling portal itself. By the way, what you do see though is, and I'll make this a little bit clearer for you guys. Oh, hang on. Tell me if this works.
Ooh.
Cool.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. I just learned how to put animated gifs in Roll20, so that's kind of cool. So you cast Shatter, and it hits it dead center, and it spreads out around the rim of it, and you see the portal shudder. It goes, and pieces of the metal and the outside of it start falling off, and you hear you think you hear, you're not quite sure because there doesn't appear to be a lot of sound coming out, but you see these other 3 devil creatures. They don't say anything, you don't hear it, but the portal has taken some damage, and you think that if it's going to take some more damage, this thing's going to collapse, but it has not collapsed now.
And it's actually 21 damage. I forgot to add the 6.
That's fine. It's still there. But what you also notice, it didn't seem to be very hard to hit.
Okay, that's my turn.
There you go. All right.
Don't forget to roll your temporary hit points.
Oh yeah.
You roll your temporary hit points. You got it. But you still see those 3 sort of spine devils still coming out. Legolas, give me a perception check as well. You're in the middle of combat, but give me a perception check. Beat a 17.
There you go.
You also notice that the crow-like, bird-like creature in the south, it just sort of like, it was looking at you do that in the portal, and it's sort of nodding in approval. This is as best you can tell. Okay, Axel, you're up.
Okay, so this thing threw its chain at me and it grappled me.
Okay,
And I'm
yep.
kinda
Hold on
like-
one second. That's right. And Legolas, you got to remember you're grappled too. Okay,
Yeah, so I can't move.
that's right. Yep. So I'm gonna just let's put grappled there on you.
And you added +5 to your 3, right?
I did not.
Yeah.
Okay, Axel.
So I kind of like I kind of like tug the chain to get him closer to me, and I'm gonna bash him with my shield, try to knock him down to the ground. So he's gonna have to contest me on a shove, and
Okay.
I rolled a 23.
So you're trying to grapple him, bring him into you.
No,
Is that
I'm
what
trying to shove him down to the
Shove him.
ground.
Okay.
Bash him with my shield.
All right, and I got to do a contested acrobatics or athletics, right? So let's do No, so he fails. He's
So as
still
I
got
knock
you.
him
He's
down
still
to the
got
ground,
you.
I'm
He's
gonna
still got you
stand over
grappled,
him.
but you've got him. You've got him. Yeah, you push him to the ground. Yeah.
I'm going to stand over him, and I'm going to grab Shatter Spike and 2 swings at advantage since he is prone.
Yep. Yep.
And try to end this puppy, this demon.
25.
That's 20 total magical slashing damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
And then I
So
will
20. Yep. He took the damage.
roll my D6 plus 5,
Yep.
and I get 8 or 10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
There you go. So, Legolas, you had these. You cast Shatter at the portal. It seemed to disrupt or damage the portal, but you immediately see 3 of those spined devils that you saw before, are flying through the portal. 2 of them are headed towards you, Legolas. One of them is headed over here towards the rest of you guys. Yeah, so the first two over here, you see these wicked tails with these spikes throw some of its spines towards you, Legolas. It's a tail spine. It's called tail spine. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, okay. So they would go a little bit closer. You go here. You can go here. 5, 10. Okay, so Legolas, tail spine, 8. That misses, I guess.
That would miss.
16.
That would hit.
5. So, okay, yeah. So basically, you have so you get 5 piercing and 2 fire damage. You see sort of this demonic flame appear from the spine as it hits your flesh. So that's the first one. Does 7 total damage. Then this other one also, sorry, 2 tail spines try to hit you. First one at 7, which will miss. Second one at 23, I guess will hit.
No, that misses.
4
Odd numbers over 20 always miss.
6 damage, 4 piercing, 2 fire. And no, not Axel. He would do it towards Clay. So Clay, this devil over here, takes an attack at you and does. It uses its spine as well. 11, I guess that misses. And 6 misses as well, I guess. Yeah. And he decides to go over here a little bit further out. He's flying there. These other 2, one of them goes over here, the other one flies closer to the portal. And they're done. Clay, and I should have done this before. You need to make a. Where is it? A DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, please.
DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. You make it.
14.
You saw in your mind this as you're looking towards the chain devil. You had this feeling of, you're the captain of that ship, that the pirate captain that defeated your guy's ship before. You had this vision of him cackling and yelling at you as he's ready to raise a weapon at you, but that image, you closed your eyes, image quickly departed, and you realized that, don't fool me, evil spawn. You've resisted. So you get your turn. Go ahead and do what you need to do.
With a passive perception of 23, did I see the portal shutter?
Did you see the portal shutter? Yeah, probably. Yeah, you would notice. You would have noticed. You all would have noticed. You noticed shatter. It was loud, and you saw in the background. You saw this portal take some damage. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just minimizing. 60 feet. How do you do a tape measure?
There's a little.
It's the icon, third one from the bottom in the little toolbar there.
There's a little. It's a round ring and a little spiky ruler. That's the. There you go. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, about 20. Where you are, it's about what?
No, I'm not measuring that. I'm measuring for my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I don't think I have the ability to move my spiritual weapon. So can you move it to there for me?
Oh, sorry. Right. Oh. You mean your character does, but I guess you don't in this. Where you want to move it here?
Yeah. And it's going to attack the portal.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to group it. It's going to attack the portal. Okay. So go ahead. Roll an attack roll. You hit. 9 force damage. Okay.
And for my ability, I will use this on the portal. So DC 16 Wisdom.
Okay.
And if it hits, it's 6 more necrotic damage.
Okay, you see the bells go off, but you don't see the portal seem to take any. It doesn't shudder, or it's not. It doesn't seem to be taking any necrotic damage.
Okay.
You saw it like it took. I mean, it was absolutely rocked when you with the force damage of of your spiritual weapon.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. Wizard the Blink Dog. He's back in action. He's a little out of it, but he's in action again. And let's see how close he is. Yep. He's right there. He tries to bite this. You can see the pure rage in his eye. He's looking very angry at this devil. He tries to bite him. With a 21, he hits him. So he just he gets it right in his this devil's leg. Doesn't do much damage at all, but that's not the point. The point is he's back up in action and he's contributing. So, but then what he does is he hold on, let me just do this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, was it? 5, 10. He blinks out of existence and pops up right behind this spine devil. Surprises him, you think. Kane, you're up.
Well, can you roll a 1d6 for me?
Who, Kane
John.
or?
No. You.
Okay.
No. I need John.
wizard.
I need John to roll a 1d6 for me, please.
The blink dog, you mean?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't forget the spine devils.
4. Yep.
Ooh.
So 10. Or no, 9.
9. That's pretty damn good.
He gets 9 more hit points.
He gets 9 temporary hit points.
9 temporary hit points. All right.
Yeah.
This is like the buff to end all buffs.
This is like buffalicious, man. That's fantastic.
So the combination that really breaks the game is this with a Peace Cleric.
Okay.
Because Peace Cleric, they have a similar buff, but it reduces all damage by 50%, and if anyone is, like, let's say, immune to that damage, they can take the damage for the person.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Thankfully for the DM, we don't have a peace cleric.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice if you found one though? But then, of course, your devil's levels would be about 3-4 times higher. But anyway,
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay, that's good. So yeah, and now you see as he blinks out, you see Wizard going a little nuts, a little feral. Kane, you're up.
Seeing the chain devil on the ground, I'm gonna try to bite him and claw him again. Wah, wah.
25 and 17. Is that right?
25 and 21.
So isn't the bear bite 25? And then why is it 21? Yeah. Oh, because he's
25 and then 21
because he's prone.
Because the chain devil's prone from Axel. He knocked to the ground.
There you go. Okay, so a total of how much? 19?
19 non-magical slash and slash piercing.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay. And okay, so you basically, the bear goes right into his side. It just tears a piece out of his torso, and you just see this smoke and brimstone fly away, and he just Erevan.
How bad is this guy? Is he bloodied or?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. He's been wounded. I mean, he's been hit. He's obviously not his same self. You can't really tell because he's not like a normal creature that bleeds blood. So, he doesn't look very. He doesn't look very very good right now.
Okay. I'm gonna move in. And since he's prone, that's going to be advantage. And sneak attack because I got a guy close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and plunge that sword.
Sorry, Erevan. That's
Yeah.
fine. I need you to do something too, though. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Sorry, I forgot about that.
I also need to roll a d6 for that thingy.
Yeah.
19.
Nice. Okay, then we don't need to worry about it. You see an image of, was it mom? No, of your sister. You're like, I didn't think I had a sister, but you feel this kind of weird love. Like, what? Hang on, that damn chain devil. So you shake it off, and you're not frightened or distracted at all. So okay. Go ahead.
All right. So once again, we have to add a 1 to this, but here we go with the short sword. Boom.
Nice.
21. So that's a 22, and then that means +1 to whatever ones add to that for the damage.
So it's
I got
11 piercing plus 8 sneak. Is that right?
Yep. So that's
This time
what?
you do. This time you do get him in the neck. You get him right through the neck. And as you plunge the short sword through the neck and sort of twist it around, you can see this chain devil just sort of scream in abyssal agony. No! And you sort of see him shudder, and your sword is like hard to get out. It's oh shit! Where's it going? And he basically dissolves. He turns into black fire, smoke, brimstone, and it just dissolves. He's no longer there anymore. Even though it wasn't necessarily magical, you somehow managed to finish him off. And as you do so, you see the other devils not scared. I mean, you don't know if devils get scared or not, but they're like, they're not too happy. But anyway, yeah. What else do you want to do? He's no longer in front of you.
Okay. Did that killing him? Did that deanimate the chains that are grappling both Axel?
Actually, you know what? Well, Axel's no longer grappled because that was a chain from the devil. Legolas, your chains. That's a good point. Legolas, your chains you're no longer grappled either. Because
I figured he was the one doing the controlling, so
yes,
killing him would shut that off. So,
yep.
All right, that works for me.
Yep.
So go to about here, and I'm getting ready to draw my bow to take out these guys as they start coming in.
Okay. As you do so, you see Gale, who's been like holding back from the action. He's still like near the entrance, but he peeks out a little bit more. He feels a little more sort of comfortable with what's going on. So he's sort of in it. Legolas, you're no longer. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
I gotta roll my temporaries real quick here. All right, 7 again. Hey, don't have to change anything.
Okay. Legolas, you're not grappled anymore. You're ready to go. Legolas.
Yes. I am going to take a couple steps down here. Man, roll 20 is like laggy as hell.
Mm.
And then I am going to cast an Eldritch Blast on the portal.
On the portal, okay.
2 beams.
12?
Does a 12 hit?
12 hits.
So 12 force damage.
Yep.
Does an 11 hit?
11 doesn't hit, though. Misses.
Damn. Okay, so 12 force damage to the portal.
Yep. Okay.
That is my turn.
Axel, you're up.
Tonight's inebriation is brought to you by
Can't see it.
Elton Beaver peanut butter milk stuff.
Oh, nice.
It's candy in a can.
And tonight's mine was gin and ginger. Don't know why I was feeling like
gin and juice.
Gin and juice. There you go.
Mine's gin and tonic.
Yep. Yours is gin and tonic there, Greg?
How is gin and ginger?
It's good. I mean, it's like it's gin and tonic, but you can imagine what a gin and tonic would taste like. Put some ginger ale and a lemon together, and which is always what I put in my ginger ale, and it's good. Nothing too fancy. How about you, Jeff? What's your drink for tonight?
Well, when we have a break, that's when I'll make my drink because I want to
Same
keep it
here.
clear. Right now, I'm just drinking good old H2O.
Okay, good. All right, we're gonna break very soon. And okay, so Axel, let's go back. Up to you, man. What do you want to do? You're
I
not
moved
grappled
up
anymore,
to
Axel.
The devil that is by the spine devil that is by wizard, and
Yep.
I will do the same. I'm going to try to bash it down to the ground with my shield.
Yep. Okay, go ahead. He's up, like he's flying 5 feet above the ground right now, so smashing would be good.
So that's
But
actually a 7.
it's
So it should
7.
not be an
So
advantage.
this is a. No, I'm gonna do an acrobatics. No, and he beat you with a 10.
So he's flying around, and it's
Yeah,
too hard for me to bash him down with my shield, but
Yeah.
I'm still going to swing Shatter Spike at him
Okay.
2 times.
17,
and
17, yep. They
For
both hit.
16 total magical slashing damage.
Yep.
And then I will say, "Be gone, you foul beast!"
Yep.
And that's my turn.
So it's 10 and 6, is that right?
16 total magical slashing damage.
Yeah, you managed to get 2 really good shots on him. In fact, you chop off part of his tail, and when you chop off part of his tail, you see that some of those spikes that he was using to throw at you guys have come off as well. So he's not in great. He doesn't seem to be in great shape.
Save him for Kane.
Okay, and the one that's right in.
Axel, you need your temporary points.
Yeah, you got to roll 1d6.
So I really don't want to because I rolled so good last time. No.
So here's the thing: roll. If it's not better, it doesn't.
It doesn't replace?
It just
Oh, yeah.
replaces. But if you have a bunch already, you can keep them.
So the question is, does it recharges? It recharges
So that is
as even if you already have temporary hit points, or does it recharge if you don't have them anymore?
So here's the question. I had 10 temporary hit points. I just rolled a 3. That would be 8 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've
nothing. You
removed
don't
the
get
10
anything
and
more.
replace it with 8.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just rolling mine too.
Yours is also.
Yeah.
It's a monster buff.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's
think
pretty
about
good. And actually, I just remembered that last time, because you had that, that's why you weren't frightened, Steve. Right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
That's right. Okay, good. Okay, anyway, this first guy tries to... Axel goes after you with his bite and his little fork. He tries to bite you, he misses. His fork with his little... He's got like a little fork dagger kind of thing. With an 18, does that hit?
Not even close. That was close.
Okay. So that doesn't do anything. How about next guy? Next spine devil. That guy doesn't do anything. He's still in locked in bitter Oh, what the hell was that? What about this guy? Okay, no. So that's what happened. And then this guy who's over here, he tries to use his spikes. He's far enough away. And he 1, 2 at you, Axel. 20 and a 15.
My AC is actually now 21 since I have Shield of Faith on me.
Ding, ding. So these two try to hit you and they miss. They just
He scratches my shield.
he scratched your itch. So yeah, that happened, and then this guy. He goes over here right next to you, Axel. He flies up to you, and he tries to hit you with his bite and then a fork. 14 and 8. Yeah, this is just not happening his way. Okay.
I'm gonna scream out to Lathander. Lathander.
Clay, it's your turn. And actually, Axel, you and Clay, you both notice as sort of the portal got hit again by Clay's spiritual weapon. That bird was like nodding again, and a little bit more forcefully. Okay, Clay, your turn.
Does a 27 hit
Hit what?
the portal?
Absolutely.
For 9 force damage.
You hit okay, so this basically hits the portal. The portal begins to shudder. You just hear this rumble, this hum, and you start seeing these 3 spine devils look at it and sort of look back in fear, and they begin to try to fly away. And you can see this purple glow begin to pull in these 3 creatures of Asmodeus, the levels of the 9 hells, the spawn of Asmodeus. They all begin flying into the portal. If you want to do an opportunity attack, you can. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. This portal begins collapsing in on itself. And it's basically starts crumbling, and you just see all the pieces in the sides of it, including the lights, are now being sucked into the portal. And as you do so, you see that bird. All of you guys can see the bird. He's sort of like, he gets off of his perch, and he's got these little wings. He sort of like starts flying like this. He just, yes, like the portal is gone or something. And the portal goes, it sucks into itself, and then it just sort of sits there. There's a much smaller, let's say a 1 foot or 1.5 foot ball of purple energy sitting there where the portal used to be, and it's humming. It still smells, you can smell the brimstone, you can feel the evil. And then you say, and it just sits there. As it sits there, you see this black bird, or this black creature. It's not a bird, it's a creature with his small wings, flies over towards it. And Axel, you're the closest, and you see it. It ignores you guys completely. And it goes right towards that glowing purple ball. And you see this creature. It's got it looks like a mini beholder. It's got a big mouth, 1 eye, this sort of protruding, ugly horn, black color. And
does it look demonic?
It doesn't look demonic, no. And what it does, you see there's this ball of energy. And it flies over. You see its mouth open up. And it just goes, and it devours this ball. And it turns around to look at all of you guys. And you just hear smiles and disappears. And Axel, you go, what the hell was that? And you guys, and then nobody has an answer except for Gale, who says, "Hello, sirs. I think that was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple portal eater." Oh. And we're gonna stop there for a little break on today's Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread.
Jeez.
Okay, we'll be right back. If you probably need a drink after that one, but hey. It was only a 2.
Love the setup for that joke.
That was a 3-episode setup, by the way.
God.
Started this one, I thought we were all gonna die.
I was concerned too, let me tell you.
I was like, okay. But now, I got us covered.
I was gonna say, I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
There, I was like, holy shit. pretty damn big.
Hey guys, we're back. Let's just double check to make sure everything on line here is good. There's my channel. It is.
Ooh, this is strong.
What's your drink now?
Hey guys, we're back.
A little Screwball peanut butter whiskey with some Godiva liqueur and a little touch of BSB. That joke wrecked me, so I had to really kill some brain cells here.
That was awesome. What's your drink now?
Hey guys, we're back.
A little Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can get going here again. So sorry, Jeff. What was your drink now?
Screwball peanut butter whiskey with some Godiva liqueur and a shot of BSB in it.
Wow, I've got a beer now. That sounds
This
so.
thing's a lot more potent than a beer.
I was gonna say, yeah. So there we go. This is again still finishing off my beers from my Costco Advent calendar. I got 4 left. So
This is a Two Towns cider house Cosmic Apple, and it's a cider that has 8% alcohol.
nice,
Whoa.
very good.
Yeah.
That works. All right. Okay. So guys, let's go get back into it. So yeah, this portal, which is no longer there, has been sucked up by the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple portal eater.
Did you have to repeat that?
I did. You don't understand as a DM how long I was like ready to do that. It was.
What does an aneurysm feel like?
Can we give you
that would be it.
for that? I feel like you deserve it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
The way he's rolling, he doesn't need inspiration.
Oh shit!
What are you talking about? You guys are like fully like when you guys are getting fully buffed. Nobody's gunned down. You guys are just. You guys are on fire. Come
I was
on.
going to say we were on the ragged edge of life. I think I was the only one that had almost full hit points, only because I healed up twice.
I mean, the funny thing, Dave and Steve will appreciate this. The funny thing about this, we had this last Friday. We had this great debate about DCC, Dungeon Crawl Classic, and Dungeons and Dragons 5e, and yeah, it was so funny. Like,
You guys had a debate while you guys were playing?
No, it was after. It was well. We'll tell you about it. We'll tell you after, like the rough cuts here, Dave. It was a really good session. Zero drama. Steve and I were both going. I mean, there's zero drama, so it was nice. Anyway, guys, we'll talk about that separately. But yeah, so you guys are all in. You're in just goodness now. The portal has gone away. There is no more purple light, and the chains have fallen down. They're hanging loosely now. But you do see there is a dead what is it, Hadrosaurus, and over here there is a pile of mush now. What would you guys like to do?
Guys, let's investigate the road.
Before I say that though, you feel a little bit of shaking. A little bit shaking. You're like, what the hell's that? Sort of like something's unsettled. Something feels a little unsettled. You also notice from over here to the northwest, there appears to be sort of a blocked up tunnel. Seems to be like some kind of light coming in. Maybe from outside, you're not sure. But you'd have to. This might be a quick way to get out. You're not sure, but you do feel once in a while like a little shaking in this area.
I saw earlier that
Oops.
one of you like to
Sorry.
collect.
Sorry, Clay. Clay. Sorry. One more thing. Really important
Sorry.
thing. I was so into the portal eater. What you did also notice is around where he was perched after he took off. You also notice that there's a key hanging around the perch. It was hidden.
That's what I was looking for.
It was hidden. It was hidden while he was sitting on it.
Okay, I go over and pick up the key. Does it look like the ones we were looking at before?
It does. It looks like that fourth skeleton key that you were looking for.
Okay. Grab the key.
Yep. Grab the key.
We need to go back to the box.
Gonna go back to the box.
John,
Okay.
but you mean by the place is shaking? Like you mean maybe like the structural integrity of the place is going down, or
I mean, you see a little bit of like a little bit of rock fall. I mean, it doesn't seem to be like it's all gonna collapse, but it's like it seems to be shifting a bit.
Right, let's go run over to that box that needs that key.
I mean,
Well, let's investigate this room first. See if we can find anything. I'm not really the investigative type, but I can help.
So yeah, what do you want to check out things in the room?
Hello.
I want to check out the dead dinosaur and if there's any devil remains and see if there's anything I can harvest off of them.
Those spikes that hit the ground.
There are no devil remains. When the devil, so far you've seen them, they disappear. There's nothing you can harvest from them.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. When that tail came off, did it disintegrate and all
It
that?
has
kind of
now.
stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gone
never
back
mind.
to its original plane.
Might as well get some dinosaur parts.
Yeah, anything with the hadrosaur.
So hadrosaur, you can go give me a, what is it? Let's see. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me just pull this up. D&D supplements. Hammond's Harvesting Handbook. Just a second here. Once again, thank you to Hammond's Harvesting Handbook, which is an awesome
I was looking
supplement.
for that. I think it's in the second of the Hammond's.
It might be,
Harvesting
yeah.
Handbook,
It might be in the second, but you still need to do the appraise. So you need to do a, what is it? A beast? Yeah, it's a beast. You got to give me a nature check, with a DC of 10. Would you roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's dinosaur-ish. I mean, the most you can hope to get out of this guy is some dino meat, if you want.
Nah.
We have venison.
But what you do know, I'm not gonna get you a roll for this. You also notice, I mean, it's been tortured. Like this beast has been tortured, like both from the chains around it and that ultimately killed it. You can see there are so many cuts and scrapes and bruises and even some kind of like puncture marks in it, which seems a little weird. You're like, and then not Lathander, sorry. I mean, Axel, you know from your understanding of devils and fiends that they want souls, and you thought that souls are mainly coming from humanoids or creatures with souls, but maybe these hadrosauruses have souls too, and they're trying to get the souls out of the hadrosaurs. You're not sure.
Me.
There you go. So yeah, Kane, you're able to understand that it was tortured before it died. And if you want to harvest some meat, you can.
I think we got a lot of meat from the owner, so
Yep.
no, I'll let it rest.
Okay. So that's what you're doing.
Heads up, everyone.
What are you doing,
Everyone,
Clay?
Your temporary hit points, everyone, are gone.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Legolas, what do you want to be doing?
What was that?
What do you want to do?
I want to go to Disneyland.
I want to rest.
I could definitely take an hour to bandage up.
Yeah, that would actually get me back my spell slots.
Okay, I tell you what, you guys hang here. I just need one person to go with me back to the box and see what we can figure out with that.
I'll go. I'm still pretty good on hit points.
Okay.
Okay, Kane and oops.
I'll go with
What,
him.
what if you guys put that key in the box and something happens? We should all be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll go with you too if we want to do just three of us.
I mean, I'll
Well-
go. It's just we're not going to be. I can only move 15 feet at a time.
I was gonna say if we're gonna do this, we should go do it quick. If this structure is gonna have
Yeah.
issues and collapse or something like that,
So-
those of us who can move quickly need to move quickly.
So, guys, is there anything else in this room that you want to be doing?
Well,
I think. Well, if they're going to go do that, I'm going to see if I can try to undig the passage over here.
Okay.
I guess I'll stay and help Clay.
All right.
Okay. All right. So let's start with Legolas, Kane, and Aravan. So you guys get back to the box, which was in sort of the middle. It's that skeleton box, and it you put these 3 keys in, and it was missing a key.
Yeah.
So do you want to put that 4th key in and see what happens?
Fourth key in.
Who's doing it?
I am.
Okay.
I say stand back, not knowing what's going to happen here.
Okay. So
You
just want
to do that? I cast guidance on you.
Guidance. Okay, what's that do?
That gives you a D4 to add to your saving throw if one should become necessary,
Okay.
Or ability checks.
or ability checks.
There you go. And so you're going to go, again, it's a pretty solid chest. Did you want to try to pick it up or just open it that's on the floor?
Well, let's just try opening it on the floor. I didn't want to try and move it.
Okay. As you guys are coming into the room and Axel and Clay, you guys start digging out the sort of this passage, you feel it.
Is there anything remaining on the area that portal was?
There's nothing anymore in the portal. The portal looks like there's never been a portal. That's not true. Down below where the portal was, the earth, I mean it's flattened earth. It's not like hewn stone. It's flattened earth is black and sort of charred. That like a strong energy has been there, but there's nothing left. There's no I mean, it looks burned, but nobody would know that would have been a portal to a different
Okay.
world.
So as we're trying to clear
Mhm.
our way out, or these boulders,
Mhm.
I want to call Blink over and then point to the area that we're clearing and say, Blink, go.
He's like, he's happy. As you guys are, so 2 things. As you are clearing, it's basically rock. It looks like a sort of collapsed tunnel, or maybe even an exit or entrance. You don't know. You can smell some fresh air coming in. So it smells like, this is not very. It's not very musty. Most of the dungeon's really musty, but you can get these wafts of fresh air coming out from where you're digging. And Wizard seems to be. He's sort of digging and he's trying to get through as well. He can't go all the way through, but he's trying to get there. As you're doing that, and as the rest of the guys who are checking out the chest get to the room, you feel a little bit more violent shake from the whole complex. And this time, I need every one of you to give me a deck saving throw, please. Beat it, and you just need to beat a DC 6.
Oh,
There's 2
What?
down.
What?
Good Lord.
why do I
What?
have advantage?
Oh
it
my
off.
goodness, you
On the
guys!
top.
All right, well, hey,
How,
that's,
how do I take it off?
On your character sheet,
Yeah.
it's okay. You don't need to though. You
look,
just you
look
can
at
always.
the top of the character sheet itself. It says
Oh.
advantage, normal, and disadvantage.
Kane, you take 8 bludgeoning damage from falling debris.
Jesus Christ.
Logan, you take 8 bludgeoning damage from a rock that falls on the back of your head. You're like, oh shit. So
My God. You make it through
I like-
devils and you're going to die.
I'm rolling. Well, you can't even see that, can you? Anyway, I rolled 8s both times, I set the DC really low. But anyway, the point is you feel like the whole dungeon it's shaking and then it stops. But this time you felt some debris falling from the ceiling, and Axel, you and Clay, you're digging a little bit faster. You can smell. This is a pretty fast way to get out, you think, if you can get through this. Otherwise, you remember where the entrance was. The rest of you guys, you feel this. Kane, you take some damage, but so I'm gonna say you take the key, you put it in the chest, and you turn it, and it goes click, and it opens up, and inside the chest you see glittering, you see gold, and some items, and some interesting things. So I'll tell you what you see. I'll give you the count later. There are 1,053 gold pieces.
Whoa.
Whole bunch of gold pieces in this thing. There is and you should write this down in your party loot, maybe. Someone's got to write down.
Yep.
There was one polished figurine of some kind of raccoon-like creature. And it's made of... Looks like it's made of wood, but it's rock. So it's like rocky wood. And if you remember, it looks similar to sort of the kind of rock that you saw before on the way up to this to the ranch house.
It's a figurine?
A polished figurine of a raccoon-like creature made of petrified wood. You think it seems to be worth quite a bit, maybe 900 gold pieces. There are 10 smaller pieces of this little petrified wood stuff that you saw as well. And they're worth 25 each. There's 10 of them.
25 gold pieces?
Yep. I mean, you've never quite seen these kind of rocky wood things before, but maybe. There are also 15 arrows with an interesting... They appear to have sort of this blacky, sooty, and orange sheen to them. You're not quite sure what they do.
A black and orange sheen.
Yeah. 15 arrows. There are also these flippers that appear to be made of fish scale. They're called fish scale flippers. And I'll tell you what they do afterwards. Let's just... There's some fish scale flippers, and there is a wand it's a blue wand, and at the end of the wand, it appears to be like a goldfish. So it's like a small wand, and then there's a little goldfish at the tip. You're like, what the hell is this? But wow, it's a pretty nice little haul from this. As you're getting that all together, the ground shakes a lot more. And now it's starting to really, there's a portion of the room to the west that is now collapsed. You didn't take any damage, but it's now starting to shake. And it's now shaking with no stopping. It's beginning to shake the whole time. Okay, Clay and Axel.
So as the place is really shaking and we're clearing debris, I'm going to kind of move Clay aside, and I'm going to pull out Shatter Spike. And then I'm going to start hitting it at the rocks to clear out the path. So
it starts loosening up the rock and soil pretty well, and you can actually now see there's a path. Wizard looks. He looks like he can get out.
So every time I hit an object with Shatter Spike that's not living, it's like a critical hit.
Yep.
I'm really clearing the way for this.
You're absolutely clearing the way for this.
And
so
I want to try to get Gale and everyone who's with us out.
Okay. So you're doing that, and Wizard gets out. And you also have... so Gale also starts just going through. You guys are... he gets a little stuck, but you manage to sort of open up the passageway a little bit more. And he says, "Hey guys, we're in the edge of the field over here. It's safe over here," is what he says. And as he does that, the entire area begins to shake very violently. What do you, Kane, Aravan, and Legolas? What do you guys want to do?
Well, I'll collect up this stuff and haul ass.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going?
Back to where these guys are, because separate too much.
Okay, paused a little bit there. No problem. Did Jeff pause for you guys, or?
Did I pause?
It glitched real quick.
Okay. So you're gonna head back to where Legolas to Axel and Clay are. No problem. So you managed. So I want each of the three of you guys to go give me a dex saving throw, and it's got to be a DC 12. It's become much more difficult to get through.
That's better.
25.
There you go. So you guys all,
21.
it's shaking, but you guys remember back when you were on a ship that was being attacked by a giant octopus, and it was moving back and forth, and you guys have your balance. You hey, if the Earth is moving, you guys can you know where to go. So you managed to run back into the room where everyone else is. Rest of you guys as well. You're able to go and get a hole that's big enough for medium creature to get out. So you've got. So now you have Gale and Wizard are now free. Who wants to go first? You guys can get out if you want.
Go.
Okay. Clay goes. Boom. Gets through. No problem. Who's next?
I'm going to stand at the door until I see the rest of the party.
You're the last one. Well, they're all in they're all in this room now.
Everyone came in?
Everyone came into the room.
We all got back.
Okay, then. Yeah.
So you're kind of like, it's now shaking. It's all coming down. Aravan, as you run by, you kind of. Now, you know what, Aravan, give me an investigation check or perception check with disadvantage.
Perception check.
Perception checks with disadvantage. Same with you, Greg. I mean, Kane.
Perception with disadvantage.
5 or 10.
20.
Okay. Okay, so Kane, as you guys are all rushing towards this northern area, okay? You guys are all rushing to get out. Clay's out. Axel's waiting for you guys. Axel, are you gonna let the other guys go first, or are you going?
I'd probably let the other guys go first.
Okay. You're running by Kane, and you have this weird, you don't know why, but you get this weird sensation that the body that was over here, he had some kind of a belt on that reminded you of what other druids might wear. You get this strong suspicion that this corrupted, mushy corpse is some kind of, might have been a druid at one point.
Oh, was that the druid that lived here?
Could be. There's nothing on him. I mean, he's a shell. He's a husk of a.
I
It's
want
just
to
the
run
body
over
is
and
just
try
a
to
husk.
grab the belt.
You want to grab the belt? Okay. Give me a dex. Oh, you give me a sleight of hand. Sleight of hand check, please. Beat a DC 15.
Oof.
As you try to get it, the shaking gets really strong and you fall down. Give me a dex saving throw, please. DC 16. Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is
Do I see him go down?
Yes. Well, Erevan, you're now over. You're over here at the entrance. Legolas, where are you, by the way?
I have no idea. I can't even see the map anymore.
Okay, let me get where the hell is Legolas? We just had him still in this room. Here, Legolas, you're over here. Gale's out, so I'm just saying Gale and Wizard are already out.
Oh, you're gone.
So you're over here, Legolas. Are you watching, or you heading to the exit?
Yeah, I'm heading to the exit.
Okay, Kane. You take 8 more bludgeoning damage from a rock that hits the back of your leg. But you're able to grab this belt. I mean, it's covered in goo and some kind of mush. It's disgusting, but you can tell that it's druidic, I guess is one way to say it. It's leather, but it's got some symbols that you recognize as what a druid might have. Okay, so we now have Axel. So Erevan, who's out? Who's going out next?
Well,
Erevan or Legolas?
Is Axel still in?
He's
Or
still
is he
here.
waiting for us?
I'm kind of by the door, like ushering everyone out.
Yep.
Like, let's
Okay.
let's go.
Okay, I'll go out.
Okay. You get out, Erevan. Legolas, Axel, and Kane. Give me one more dex saving throw, please.
Nope.
Kane, you're able to move 15 feet, though, if you want.
Sure.
Okay, so you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. It was a rock that almost trapped your leg, but you just went off your boot. Okay, so you're out, Erevan. Who's now? Axel, you see Kane sort of getting pummeled. Legolas is here now too. Who do you want to have go out next?
Let's let Legolas go out next, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to Kane with my shield over my head, kind of like umbrella style,
Yep.
protecting the debris. I'm going to try to scoop him up and bring him out. Hold
Legolas-
on, my kid's crying.
Okay, Legolas, you get out. Legolas, you get out. No problem. You manage to squeeze through the tunnel that they've dug. You get yourself out. And by the way, those people who've got out, it's still a sunny day. It's still the afternoon, it's later afternoon, and you're at the end of the field. There's this big farmland, huge pasture. Near the edge of a forest, but you see literally you don't know why it's this far, but it's like over a mile. It looks like very far to get back to the guest house. But yeah, it seems to be pretty calm. You hear the rumbling, you see the shaking as well. And you also notice that what you also notice is there was sort of this black corruption that was around the field, around this farmhouse, and it seems to be retreating as it's so it's going away. It's like it's opening up again to sort of fertile, like very instantaneous. You see the sort of brown and green of the soil return that was charred and black. And now we have Kane and Axel, I need both of you guys to roll deck saving throws. I know Axel's going to take a second because he's out, but you get to roll it with advantage, Kane. So go ahead, roll with advantage.
I don't think I need advantage. But
On 18, you actually know that's good that you did it. And now, Axel, you also need to give me a deck saving throw, or I'm going to let you do athletics or acrobatics, whatever you'd like, with advantage, but you got to beat a DC 17.
Okay, I'm gonna do athletics
Okay.
with advantage,
Okay.
and I got that 17.
Okay, so as the room completely starts shaking, and you see not only the stalactites and all the entire cavern begin collapsing, you get Kane to come over. You push him through the tunnel, and just as the entrance to the tunnel that you've created collapses, you manage to scramble out. And as you scramble out, the hole and sort of the area that you're in completely collapses and becomes a sinkhole. The rest of you guys see this happening, and you can see part of this field sort of collapse into itself, and the rest of the place shake. There's a nearby, you're at the edge of a forest, a couple of trees are like toppling down, and then just as soon as it's begun, it's stopped. And
No more farmhouses.
The farmhouse, the ranch house is still up. It's still there. The pristine farmland, which was corrupted, has now been what do you call it? Consecrated is the wrong word.
Restored?
Restored. So it's green and brown again. And you can. It's a bright day. It's not. It wasn't. It was dark and cloudy before, as it was being attacked by these devils, and you can just hear this eerie silence. And then after about 5-10 seconds, you can hear some birds chirping in the distance, in the background. Sun has come out. You can see that it's surprisingly it's far. It's about a mile back to get to the ranch house, but it's still there. You can see some damage from where you are, but it's still up and it's still there.
Can we see the stream?
The stream's on the other side. You can go. You can't see the stream, but you know that the stream's on the other side of the house.
Okay.
What you do notice is you hear. You can. It smells really nice. It's kind of the fresh air, nearby forest. You can see a little ways away off to the right, maybe a few hundred feet, also near the edge of the forest. You can see a couple of hadrosauruses that you saw before, back when you were in your tower. You can see some of those. They're sort of peeking their heads out of the forest, and you see a couple of adults and about 3 or 4 small juvenile hadrosaurs walk out, and they begin to start. They see you, they look at you, and kind of ignore you. They walk over to some of the grass by the side of the field and start munching. And
I want to watch them for a while and kind of sketch them out and take notes.
Okay. As you do indicate that's what you want to do, so does Gale. Gale, and he starts looking, he starts drawing, and he starts humming.
Beautiful.
I call everyone over, and I say, "Hey guys, let's. I have the ability to protect us. For if we need to take a long rest, I think we should. I need to get my skull. I need to pray to my god."
So you're very close. So you're very close. So sorry, Jeff.
Let's go back to the house
go ahead.
before we do any of this, because at least that way we got some protection around us as well as.
We don't want to go to that house. We could just throw down the houses where we got in trouble in the first place.
This
got locked in that thing.
This works better than your fork does.
So Axel, what you notice is that the ranch house there doesn't seem to be any of those devils that are attacking anymore. It seems to be a little damaged, but it seems to be quiet over there. It's about a mile away, but it's. You either rest here, go back to the house, whatever you like to do.
I guess we can
Let's
go back
let
to the
rest
house.
here so we can spend a little bit more time watching the dinosaurs.
This
Okay, whatever works for you.
this will let you guys do that, and it will protect us for 8 hours.
Okay.
So I call everyone over, and I explain, hey guys, you can't. I'm gonna cast a spell. It's a 10-foot radius from me. Do not leave it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I start like putting my hands up, chanting, and talking to my god, and I erect this dome over us. It's a 10-foot dome. Inside, one side it's all dim, like not bright light, but it's a nice dim light. On half of it, it's nice and dark, so you can sleep if you want, but you can see out. Pretty much, if people are looking in, all they see is themselves. It reflects their image, but it reflects it in like a really like weird way. So like if you're outside looking in, it might show like what you think your future would bring.
So what is
We're in
so?
a distorted erection.
Yeah, it's a.
So is this Liam's tiny hut?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys all know Liam's tiny hut, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that. All right.
So yeah, I'm casting that and praying to my god and get some sleep.
So you're gonna go to sleep for 8 hours. Is that what you're saying?
I'm doing whatever I can to try to get like, so I'm not so tired. Like I'm gonna pray to my god to get my spells back, and then I am going to rest.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna check out these arrows that we collected, since I seem to be the only one using a bow,
okay.
to try and figure out what they are or what they do.
Okay, so do you guys all want to hang out in this hut for 8 hours and do a long rest, or do you want to go check out the house? Knowing that that's like proper shelter.
I'd say we just hang out here for now.
Okay, you cast Liam's tiny hut. It is the afternoon, and you guys want to do a long rest or short rest here?
Long rest.
Long rest? Okay. Got it. You do as you set that up. You see that. So what you notice, Kane, as you and Gail are sort of looking at these hadrosauruses, they're very extremely tame. They're not like freaking out with seeing other humans, which is kind of weird. You'd think they would, or maybe just you're not seen as anything, problematic. They do look like they had been a little bit skittish about coming into the field, but for some reason they're now comfortable with the field. You also see a wizard. Wizard goes out and he just sort of his tail is wagging. He's looking good. He looks playful. He looks at the hadrosaurus as he looks at the house, and he begins to run towards the hadrosauruses. And they don't move. He goes up to the hadrosauruses and goes ruff, ruff, ruff. And one of the juvenile hadrosaurs goes over and begins nuzzling him a little bit in the front. And so this juvenile hadrosaurus and this blink dog, seem to be hanging out and playing a little bit. You see him running around and nipping at his hindquarters, and the hadrosaurs. They seem to be playing, which is interesting. As that's going on, Erevan, you take out the goods that you got from this chest. Again, 1,053 gold pieces, a raccoon-like creature made of petrified wood. These are called devil arrows. As you sort of figure out what they do, you're able to. Legolas helps you sort of feel their arcane magic, and I'll just send this up here for you. Magic items. I'm going to share this with you. Show to players. There you go. So there are 15 arrows plus 1. If the creature is a demon, devil, or undead, deals an additional 1d8 necrotic damage, which is interesting for an undead. But it's called a devil arrow. You got 15 of them plus 1 arrows, essentially.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'll put that into my arsenal.
That's
Considering, like I said, I'm pretty much the only person using a bow around here.
There are also these sort of flippers and this wand with the goldfish. Who wants to go and figure out what those are?
sitting around this hut. I'll take a look at those flippers if you don't mind.
Okay, so as you're looking at these flippers, I will show these to you. As you sort of touch them, figure out what's going on with them, and the fact that you've got a sailor background, they look like this. You know that when you're wearing them in water, you'd have plus 20 movement in water. It's like it would be like you're a fish. You can also take the dodge action as a bonus action when you're fully submerged in water. So that's like, you can imagine you like swimming around and then, hey, you can you'd be very nimble in water with these flippers.
I explained this to the party.
Excellent. What about this goldfish wand?
I'll take a look at it.
As you inspect this goldfish wand, I'll just share this with you because you're taking this long rest in this Leoma's tiny hut. This is not what it really looks like. There's actually a goldfish at the end. It's got 10 charges, recharges 1 per 24 hours or once per day. Can be used against any creature to impose a DC 13 wisdom save. On a failed save, the target forgets everything that's happened that day except for the last 5 minutes.
Huh.
So, I mean, not too attack-ish, but very interesting. So,
It's like the Men in Black little pin thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
Put
mind if
the
I-
glasses on. Here you go. Yeah.
Guys, do you mind if I take the wand?
No, go for it.
Okay.
And then you can just zap us and we won't even remember you have it.
1 person per day. It's got 1 charge per day. Okay.
But it's got 10 charges, so you can do 10 targets.
It has 10 charges, but it
It's-
replenishes 1 per day.
That's right. So hold on. What did we say? I said. That's right. So yeah. So it can be. It doesn't say that you can. It doesn't say there's a limit on how many you can do per day. 10 charges. If it's fully charged, 10 per day you can use. Right.
Yep. And then you gotta wait another 10 days for it to fully charge back up.
Yep. There you go. So and if they pass the save, nothing happens. So just keep that in mind too. But anyway, that's what you got. You got these arrows, these fish scale flippers. You have a lot of gold pieces. And so Axel, anything you want to do specific?
I'm just going to pray to Lathander and get as much rest as I can.
Okay. I pray to Lathander. As you're having a discussion with your this has been, it's not traumatic. It's been tough for all of you guys. I mean, you've never really encountered sort of this devil spawn, this portal to hell. But you especially, Axel, have been sort of touched by it. You're just like, wow, this is why I'm fighting. If we allow this kind of evil to spread in our world, we're all doomed. You begin having that discussion with Lathander in your prayers. In your prayers, and I'm assuming you're having you're trying to connect with Lathander somehow with your
Yeah.
holy symbol. Okay. In your discussion, you're trying to sleep. Everyone's trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am.
You're okay. Good. So Axel, you're meditating and trying to sleep, and you're in your thoughts. Lathander comes to you, and he's the god of love and growth, and not love, but growth and civilization. And so what is the actual definition of Lathander? What was he?
He is the god of light,
Light.
of the dawn,
Light
of
and dawn.
new beginnings.
Renewal, Phoenix, right? So he says to you in your thoughts, continue doing the work on my behalf. You are doing a good, nay, a great job. You are looking after our flock, and you are bringing light to the darkness. And you take sort of a pause. Continue to banish those that are of the darkness. Your mission is not anywhere near finished. I feel, and then he says your name. I feel, Axel of the Rose, that there is evil that needs to be vanquished in my name nearby. Seek it out. Continue with your main mission, but keep me in the light, and keep your friends in the light. You will be rewarded, and we will do amazing things. Keep it up. And for the next day, for the next 24 hours, you've got an extra. I'm going to give you an extra +1 for ability checks, skill checks, attack rolls.
Nice.
You feel the power of Lathander going. You feel deeply touched by Lathander.
Now, do I make any connection to what he just told me to maybe that temple that was mentioned out here?
Possibly that's what he was talking about. He hasn't provided any further details except that it is on. You got the feeling it is on your path, so it's laid out for you. Where you are going, it will be. Okay. So that's what you get. Okay. Anybody want to go back to so you guys are able to go and finish a long rest.
So my debuff that I have going, does any of it get removed?
Which debuff? Oh, you lose 1 level of exhaustion. So I think you're only down to your 1 level of exhaustion, whatever that is. You get your hit points back you get full hit points back and half of your hit dice. It is now 2:00 in the morning. It's very late. You've done an 8:00. You've done an 8-hour rest in the middle of the afternoon. So you wake up. It's the middle of the night. It is a moon-filled night. You can see the area around you. It's calm. The weather is nice. It is not oppressively humid, which it normally. You have noticed this. This area, since you've come to the ranch house, it's more temperate than tropical. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why the ground over here is better. It seems to be better suited for. It's more like plains or farmland. Okay, as you wake up and you have your rest, you notice that wizard and some of the hadrosaurs have moved over towards the ranch house.
We'll go to the ranch house.
Okay, what do you want to do at the ranch house?
look around.
Okay.
I think that dead blob. I also wanted to polish up the belt and see what it looks like, and see if there's any mention of that in the journals from that druid.
Give me a nature check. Yeah. So you're convinced it's a druid, and if you're putting two and two together, this is probably what was his name? I don't remember his name. You guys know? Anyone remember quickly?
Whose name?
Barnabas. Barnabas was the name of the druid. It probably is Barnabas. As you get closer to the ranch house, it is a it is still intact. A couple of the areas on the upper floor and the walls near the kitchen have been bashed in. The shield that you sort of had turned on, you believe, it doesn't seem to be functioning. There's no humming anymore. And as you investigate, you still see that this is it's not too fancy, but it's a well maintained, decent ranch house. When I say well maintained, it has been abandoned for a bit, but so there are like vines and it's covered by vegetation, but inside is still okay. It would need some work to get back up. There are a couple, especially on the second floor, there are a couple holes in the sides. There were like 4 rooms that you didn't investigate though. Did you guys want to look through those and see if there's anything of use?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So going through this, you get more. The only thing you get is more context around Barnabas, and he did know Prattis, who was the druid that you'd originally talked to. He said that he doesn't have a journal, but you see sort of some etching, some notes that he takes. There's a little map that in one of the rooms is more like his study. There's like a map of the ranch house and the surrounding fields, and you see things like Hadrosaurus pens, and he talks about good areas in the forest for hunting, and he also mentions he says, and you sort of see it says valuable stone. He says petrified stone ? And there's a little directional map that's literally a couple miles back or up the stream. So it looks like that might be something he's just discovered recently, but it looks like he's been here for a while. And you also see that as you're investing in one of the rooms, there's actually quite a few leather Hadrosaurus leather goods. It doesn't look like he was. It looks like he was fully using the Hadrosaurus, domesticated Hadrosauruses, for meat and materials, and wanted to explore the area a little bit more. But it doesn't look like he was able to do that very well before he got tempted by the imp and the devils that came through this portal.
Can the map be rolled up and taken?
It can, but it's very simple. It's not a map of the area. It's just a map to this, like a couple miles away, to this sort of find that he's got. But you can take it, sure.
Yeah, I'll roll it up and take it.
Okay. Okay, and what is surprising when you're investing in the house, you also notice that there was the switch that had turned that shield around the house on and off. It's gone. You also notice that you can still get into the basement, where the entrance to the basement, where there was some of the supplies, but the core, like, you can still get in, and there's like the little area for storage, but the tunnels beyond are all collapsed.
Good.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to do now? And again, there's nothing additional that you find of value. I mean, if you want, there's like some candlesticks and
So
supplies.
it's kind of like the middle of the night. I'm going to suggest to the party that, instead of traveling, we kind of like stay hunkered down for the night here. I know we just took a long rest. But and then I'm going to tell them through that long rest on my connection with my God and what my God relayed to me. I'm going to tell Clay, I know you're probably looking to get home, but I've got a strong feeling that you were here meant to meet us, to help us, to aid us for a reason.
I also agree with that. My God has shown me in the stars that I needed to be here, and this night when we woke up, he was showing me in the stars and the astral that there is stuff nearby that still needs to be handled.
And originally, we came here because we were trying to unfoil the plans of slavers from this note. And we followed this river thinking it was going to lead to the river that was, mentioned in this note. It doesn't seem to be that this is the river. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to continue to find the river, or what path should we take?
We should head back.
There's one over the river on the other side of the island.
Yeah.
But do we want to journey up during daytime, up this stream to those petrified stones? Maybe collect some more?
Yeah, I mean, there might be other stuff in that area that is worth investigating and collecting.
Did you want to do that now, or do you want to do it once daybreak is?
Once daybreak. I also agree with hunkering down. I mean, I love the night. I feel just at home at night, but I'm not sure how you guys feel about the dark.
I don't have any issue with the dark.
It's a full moon right now. It's actually a beautiful night. So if you guys wanted to do something, nothing's really stopping you. And as you're relaying that information, Gail also says, hello, Clay. Welcome to the group. How about that's the message that Axel was talking about. Let me just refresh your memory, everyone. And he says, and he pulls out the document and begins reading. He says, Captain Caruthra, and then he starts saying, Caruthra was one of the pirate captains we defeated in the previous session. Baron Keprak no like dealing with you or human peoples. Me too. But slaves you provide are good. You no forget agreement. Bring last prisoners upriver 3 weeks. You get best reward for you. Keprak need 12 more youngy and strongy Isle people. Hail Sekola. Signed, Seklas. So he explains that was where the initial focus on trying to get up the river was.
How long ago? I turned to the squire. How long ago was this? Or to the party?
So he said. So yeah, do you guys remember when did you get this letter, you guys?
When we raided the slave camp.
It's about 4 days ago now.
4 days. So we have about another week, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to.
You're not exactly sure when this letter fell into the hands of that captain, so you don't really know. All you know is whenever the captain got the letter, that's when sort of the 3 weeks started, but you don't know when that was.
Yeah.
You've had this letter for 4 days. I
say tonight we go look at the stream and then start looking for this other river. Slavers, they gotta die. I'm sorry.
Finally, a guy that I can deal with.
Yeah, we have to stop the slaves and everything. My God, I mean, he gives you the ability to look at the stars and tell you how to navigate a ship at night and during the day, but in response,
I tell him about Poseidon.
Okay.
We have a ship Poseidon that is waiting for us just offshore. You would be a great addition to it.
I mean, I'm a navigator, but I do not help war galleons, and I do not help slave ships. I'm sorry, my God and my churches
We're
don't allow for it.
We're neither of that.
Then
We're an avenging hammer of another god.
Okay.
And if you're into killing slavers, I'm right there with you, buddy.
yeah,
So you guys want to go? So you explain that. Gail says, if you like to go and check out the rocks, I'll do a little bit of maintenance around the house. Patch up some of the holes here. Does it sound good?
sounds good. I think we should go look at this.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys, it's not very far. It's about a mile and a half, 2 miles away. It's up the stream. After about a mile and a half, the stream stops. It seems to sort of there's like a dried stream bed that continues up. The water seems to be coming from maybe an underground aquifer or something like that. But you go up the stream again. It's easy to see everything because of the moon, and you begin to you start as the farther up you go, the more you see sort of like these little pebbles. There's this, and once in a while there's it looks like a tree, but it's a stump, and it is. Well, it's rock. It looks, if you could call it anything, it would be petrified wood, right? Which is very rare in this world. As you get up up to a crest, and you sort of you all get up to the sort of the top of this little hill. Out in front of you, you see hundreds and hundreds of feet of what appeared to be an ancient forest. And it looks like this. It kind of looks like this. This looks like the source of all those rocks you'd been finding. And essentially, Kane knows it. Kane's sort of been figuring this out a little bit as he's seen it. Legolas his eyes have been sort of glowing, as these are, beautiful rocks, as in, the colors of trees. And you can't quite figure out what's happened. It looks like these trees have all fallen down. As you try to pick up something, it's rock. It's not wood. So it's extremely heavy. But a number of these, even just looking around, a number of these rocks are beautiful. They're gorgeous. And Legolas thinks that if we were able to maybe polish these up and make them, really did some work on them, they could be worth a lot of money. Kane, give me a nature check, please. Another 16. And now give me a medicine check, DC 10. It's okay. You don't exactly know how these came about, but you get the feeling that they're extremely old, and there used to be water in these parts. At one point, this might have been even more fertile than it is now. Right now, this is sort of dry creek bed area. Legolas, give me give me an investigation check, please. Good enough. You know that if you spent some time here, you'd be able to absolutely get a lot of this would be a very valuable kind of endeavor for you. But I will give you the important information right now. You saw that. Okay, so let's get it out too. Okay. Would anyone else like to? Do you guys want to spend some time looking around here, figure out what these are all about, or do you want to just say, "Nah, leave"? What do you want to
If
do?
people are
let's
going to
put
look
some-
around, I'm going to pull out that map and I'm going to finish drawing out the area.
Okay, I will, and I'll show the last thing we do is I'm going to show this map to you when we're done here because it opens up an area on the party map that you'll see. Okay, Legolas, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna collect a few of these little rocks that I think look particularly pretty.
Okay, got
I'll
it.
be doing the same.
And
Me as well.
okay, so as you're sort of investigating, you see, I mean, there are dozens of trees, or no, there's probably hundreds of trees. Some are more attractive than others, just the way that they've been shaped. And somebody needs to write this down. Okay, somebody's got to write this down. 100. So these are heavy. These are very heavy sort of fragments, and they're not all together. They're like broken. They're millions, tens of millions of years old, and they're broken. But there are certain 100-pound sections of these that could fetch about 100 gold pieces each. So if you could get 100 gold pieces, or sorry, 100-pound piece, as is worth 100 gold pieces. If you could spend the time, that same section, and you break it down, polish it into smaller 10-pound sections, they could be worth 50 gold pieces each. So if you spent the time to polish them up and break them down, they could be worth 50 gold pieces. If you didn't want to break it down, you just had that big... The math, by the way, might not completely add up, but this is sort of what your initial guesses are. If there's a 1,000-pound section, okay, you could polish that thing up, spend a number of days, if not weeks, and that would be worth about 1,500 gold pieces.
Sorry, what is it?
A 1,000-pound piece, if you polish it up and you spend a couple of weeks doing, will get you 1,500 gold pieces. Now, when I say 1,500 gold pieces, all of you guys know that nobody here on the Isle of Dread is going to buy this stuff. You don't think. Nobody has gold pieces. This is stuff that the mainland might like, right? So you're as you're saying, oh, this is great, it's beautiful, you're like, oh, how the hell? What do we do here? I mean, this is a big kind of enterprise.
So we need ships, we need labor.
Yeah.
Well, we have a ship. We just need labor.
We could acquire some slaves to carry this stuff out of here.
No, we cannot. We have to pay them.
That's fine. But the slavers are a source of labor we could then buy in free.
Or kill them and free them and employ them.
Either
Or
way.
use the dinosaurs that were already kind of tamed down by the rain shafts.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And multiple ships. Because we're going to be taking all of it out.
So tell
we
me,
got a greedy one.
No. I'm doing this for the party. We're gonna have an enterprise going that continues to build and build.
That's the name of our next ship.
the Enterprise. The Enterprise. Nice. Take some inspiration for that, Kane, just because you got inspired by Clay. You can use that for next session too. So those are the guidelines I've given you, but I also have guidelines on how much per month you could actually extract. But it all depends on who you're going to get to do this. I'm going to just right now, each one of you roll a 1d4, please. Each one of you roll a 1d4. in your initial sort of view of this, I mean, this looks pristine. It doesn't look like anybody's here. There's no evidence of activity or use of this. For every number you rolled, that's the number of 500 gold piece gorgeous rock you were able to pick out. And this isn't like just standard rock. You went through and you're like, holy shit, this is like the most beautiful rock I've ever seen. Like rainbow colors or bright yellow tree-like material. So that's the number of pieces worth 500 gold pieces each if you were able to sell them. They're not worth anything right now, okay? That you've got your hands on. So that's pretty amazing. But that's because the first time you've seen this, you've taken all the pristine, most beautiful handheld pieces. Now, each one of those, they're not light. Each one of you, Greg, each one of yours weighs 5 pounds. Clay, each one of yours is 8 pounds. Dave, each one of yours is Axel, each one of yours is 4 pounds. Legolas, each one of yours is 6 pounds. And Erevan, each one of yours is 6 pounds. So these aren't super light, but these are the cream of the crop. So each one of those of yours, each of them is worth 500 gold pieces if you're able to go, not just polish it up, but get it to the right sellers, okay?
So
That's if we polish it up.
What's that?
That's if we polish
You
it up.
you need to polish. You would need to polish these up. So it's going to take, as far as you know, some good dwarven craftsmanship to get these into a good shape. So it's not like, oh, here's my 500,000 gold pieces that I can use for anything. You still need to get it in good shape, okay? But put that down; they're yours.
I say we take them back to the house, hide them, and we can come back and get them later when we start up our operation. Then we're not having to pack around a bunch of weight.
Well, why don't we pack them back to the ship?
Yeah,
Because
just put it on the ship.
this
Okay.
is not the right river we're looking for to get rid of these flavors.
Yep.
So let's just take them with us and get them out of there.
We have a little raft on the river anyway.
Yeah, outrigger canoes that can't hold very much, right? Remember, this is not a river. This is a very shallow stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glorified stream.
Okay, so you guys, what do you want to do? So you've now found this. You've kind of like you're amazed. I'm gonna put you all on your map over here, on the player's map. Can you see the player's map, you guys?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go and fill something in here for you. Oops. Oh, that's not it. Player's map. Okay. So you guys you're right here now in sort of this area. And all right, so
We gonna sail around to the other river?
I think we should.
That's what I think so too.
Maybe resupply a bit at the one of the villages.
I was going to say,
So we can go south and then come back up, resupply with the villagers, and then go north.
yeah, that's what I was going to say too, because we don't know what we can run into on the way around the long way, but we know where civilization is, and we have a friendly port or ports at our disposal there.
Okay, guys. So what I am going to do, so I'm going to add this token layer. In the area that you are right now, can you see the additional sort of landscape that I've added?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, cool.
So right here, where this sort of these hills are, that's where this we call it the petrified forest is. Okay, and tonight it's very difficult to see around the other hexes, which are still 6 miles off. But you do know that to the northwest there is more jungle, sort of the forest area that Hadrosauruses came out of, and to the southwest, it's very it's rugged, broken land. It's like it looks like volcanic, cracked land. Nothing can grow here, but it's sort of a there's regular nice rolling hills that you are in right now, but just south of it, the land gets much more rugged, and it looks like it's broken from volcanic activity. And so, are you guys going to be going back to the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so John, are we? So this is kind of like we went up to the petrified forest in the middle of the night.
Yep.
And then did we come back to the farmhouse and
Do you want
do
to
the rest of the traveling during the day, or did we just do all this at night?
I mean, so far you've spent about an hour at this It's been since you left the farmhouse or the ranch house. It's only about an hour to get up. You've looked around for an hour, and it's around 4 in the morning now. Do you want to go back to the ranch house, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's go back to the ranch house because we need to grab our squire, and then you guys can show me your boat.
The only thing that I want to do is at dawn, I want to be up and I want to be praying to Lathander, and I'm also going to call for my steed.
You're going to call for your steed, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else the rest of you guys want to do before you leave?
I divide up the gold pieces we collected out of this chest, five piles of 210 gold pieces each.
Okay.
I said this is what came out of the box, 1,050 gold pieces, and this is the way it splits up amongst the 5 of us.
There you go. Okay. How do you want to leave the ranch house? So as you're heading back to Poseidon.
Condition wise?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to lock it up? Do you
Yeah,
want to leave any? You want to burn it down?
Well, we should leave it intact as best we can. If we can lock it up, let's lock it up.
Okay. Wizard, the blink dog, is hanging around the back porch. He seems to be just attached to the house. But as you guys leave that day, he sort of whimpers. He comes over. He's whining at you. He's sort of sitting whining at you guys. Is there anything you'd like to do with Wizard before you leave?
So I get him to come with us. I'm like, come on, boy, come with us.
He sort of, well, who wants to do that? You want to do that?
I'll try to help.
We don't know that one, so.
Kane. He comes over to you. He sort of sniffs at your leg, but he says he wants to go back. He doesn't want to leave the ranch house apparently.
I'll give him a little bit more venison and say goodbye to him.
Okay. Okay. As you guys go off, he does not follow. he sort of sits there, watches you mournfully as you guys walk. You go to your back to your over your canoe, and he just sort of he howls, and then he runs off, and he runs off to the hadrosauruses, who are now much more close to the ranch house, and they seem to just be wandering around the premises. So interesting. Okay, you guys now you take your stuff, you get into your over your canoes, and again it's morning, it's early morning. You've had good rest, and you now are. I think it only took you like an hour or a couple hours to get up the stream to get here. And it's easier to get back. And just before noon, you row into the bay where you've anchored Poseidon, and you as you approach, you see the crew on they wave to you. You're Poseidon's Adventures, ho! And then the crew waves to you. You see your friend Oceanus jump into the water. She goes in. She comes up to you and sort of hangs off over the canoe, and she starts saying, "Hey, you had a good time." And she looks over at Clay. "Who is this?" And Clay, you see a creature that's come from the Poseidon, seems to be part of the gang, and begins casually talking to everybody, and then she says, "Oh, who are you?" And
I'm Clay.
You know that she is a sea elf. You've heard of these before, and I guess you guys would have told Clay about Oceanus, I'm assuming, right?
No, they're gonna be mean and not tell me.
Yeah, okay. Don't trust you yet. Anyway, you see somewhat a bluish sea creature, pretty tough, and she introduces herself, and she says, "Yeah, Clay, we could use somebody to help us." And she looks at you. "You look like a good one. Come, let us come back to Poseidon and tell us of your adventures over the past couple of days." And as you do that, you guys get up to Poseidon, and it's lunchtime, and the captain begins. He's got food out. He says, "No big problems on our side. Looks like you've had a bit of an adventure, and why don't you tell us all about it?" And with that, we're going to call it
Adventure.
the Poseidon. No, it's that one. I'm waiting for a long time until we get to we call it the Poseidon Adventure. So that reveal's got to be many more sessions away. Okay, so that's it, you guys. You managed to get through this. You're going to be heading. Where did you say you want to go to the other side of the island?
Yeah. Well, we want to go south around, resupply at the villages, and then go back north on the opposite side.
Got it. Okay. Excellent. So I've got something for you guys. Where did I put it here? Okay, you can write this down. That was not correct. I'll put it in Discord as well, but might as well just do this now. Since you guys killed those elk, you've had some experience. You're not going to have as much, obviously, Logan, but you get some.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so every one of you gets 2,810 XP. And so actually, Logan, your character gets 2,810 XP. Everyone else, you get 3,785 XP. Pretty straightforward.
What? One more time?
3,785 XP.
Not 280 or
Yeah.
2,800.
Forget about the first thing I said. Each you guys, original 4 guys, you get 3,785 XP, and Logan, you get 2,810.
Yep.
I don't think you're leveled up yet.
No.
Logan, I'm sure you're not. The other guys, not yet, but I know this is a little bit longer. It's not milestone, but there's more. There's definitely more to come. So, okay, guys, we're a little bit over tonight, but thanks very much. Again, same bat time, same bat channel next Wednesday. And anybody who's watching today, thank you very much. And if you weren't watching, but you're watching the repeat or views afterwards, come join us on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. PST on this channel. Please, I'm not going to say like and subscribe because I'm not going to be one of those YouTube a-holes, but just watch us. That's all we care about. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great one. And no, I won't see any of you guys on Friday, but we'll see you again on Wednesday, okay? Have a good one. And by the way, Greg, stay safe. Make sure everything doesn't freeze up there. So,
Thanks.
all right, guys. Night. Bye.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much, you guys need 14,000 total for level 6.
Yep.
I'm at just over 10,000.
Same here.
I'm at 9310, so